Terry V. Sal, you're here with Mountain Association, and we've got the better half of the dynamic duo here in Hanekamp Manor Bikes and Books. We talked with Onus there to get to know a little bit him of the bikes business here, and we are blessed right now to be able to have Deidre, his wife, and she's the other owner of this too, of what we're doing. And Deidre focuses a lot on writing and publishing, and also she has a consulting company she works with for Mountain Association, and we want to introduce you to her today and share about some of her experiences and gifts and really how she and what she brings to Hanekamp Manor Books and Bikes and all that, and Bikes and Books, whatever you want to call it. But Deidre, welcome. We thank you so much, and we're excited about learning a little bit more about you. And I guess the first question I have naturally is, how in the world did you get an interest in writing or publishing books or editing or whatever? If you would share with us a little bit about Deidre and her background.
Yes, I fell in love with writing at a young age. It was way back in grade school when they introduced me to something called chapbooks.
Hmm.
And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's like a poem, and then you would take a magazine, cut your pictures out, and paste it with the poem in a small little folded book. We did it for Mother's Day, and I believe we also did them for Father's Day.
Hmm.
And I just fell in love with those, and I look forward to creating my own poetry books every year.
So you did this in school, you say?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? A certain grade or assignment, or how did that
I
come about?
I believe it might have been first grade.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow,
it was uh,
that's young.
early. Yeah, early.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very blessed to be able to attend Mountain Christian Academy, and it's
Hmm.
no longer in existence. I spent all my formative years going to school there.
Hmm.
It was a private school.
Hmm.
Father Biding helped establish it, and one of the things that they instilled in us was a love of the arts.
Hmm.
It was very heavy on traditional education, where you had art and music and math and reading.
Hmm.
So they instilled in us that love of both the written word, but also art. And
Hmm.
that's kind of where my love of art and I guess, my passion for creating beautiful things came from.
Great, great. So it started at a very young age in there. I noticed in the background we've got up here, you actually not only have you taken a book and written and things, but you've actually gone all the way to publishing. Now, are these self-published yourself, or how do those books come about up there?
Yes, I elected to go the self publishing route because I enjoy the challenge and the hands on work that goes behind creating the book. That's one of the things that enthralled me with the chat books was we had the full control of creation. So when the self-publishing industry opened up and it became more mainstream, anyone could partake in it. I was really excited, and I took some time to learn the fundamentals to create a book:
Okay.
cover art, inside illustrations, and placements. There's a lot more to making a book than I ever realized.
Hmm. So you took it and became a self-publisher and things like that. Is that an easy route? What would be another way of publishing a book that someone that wanted to do that out there?
Well, you can still go through the traditional route, and I wouldn't say that either one of them are easy. I would say that self-publishing has its challenges, and so does traditional publishing. With
Mm-hmm.
traditional publishing, there's gatekeeping.
Mm.
You can't just simply say, "Here's my book" to a publisher. You need an agent.
Mm.
And I decided I didn't want to jump through those traditional hoops, and I'm game for learning new skills.
Mm.
So I went the self-publishing route.
Well, we're here with Deidre Hanekamp, and she is talking about her publishing company she's got going. The next segment we're going to talk about is get into maybe writing style and some of the things that she's done with you all out there as far as editing books and helping things, and how those elements and those tools are very important. But we'll talk about writing style here in the next episode. So stick with us as we learn more about Hanekamp Manor, bikes, and books with Deidre Hanekamp. We got Terry V. Salyer here with Mountain Association, and one of my favorite clients I've had to work with is Hanekamp Manor Bikes and Books. And we're going to talk today on, give you a little bit of background about Onus, and then also we're going to speak with Deidre a little bit later on, but kind of a unique concept that they're doing here in Garrett, Kentucky, and been very successful. They've been in business the last couple of years, doing a lot of great things down in this area in Floyd County. But they've also been through some tough times. They've been flooded out twice, and we'll probably get in later videos and talk about that. But today, just wanted you to get to meet Onus and get to know about. He's kind of the brains of the operation on the Hanekamp Manor Bikes and Books. Deidre's more into the publishing and all that kind of deal. But today, I want to do a little bit introduction here to talk to Onus about bikes and things and how he got into this and what he's done. So without further ado, Onus, what I'd like to ask you a question. What in the world did you do getting into the bike business?
Oh, well, I'm Onus Hanekamp. I'm 54. And I started as a professional mechanic, I started in 92. So I was 21 years old. But I started working as a mechanic on my bike.
It's over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
Wow.
I've been a certified mechanic.
Yeah.
So it's one of them things. I started working on my bike and the neighborhood kids' bikes and things like that.
Great.
And mostly my dad's bike.
Huh.
He was a long distance touring rider.
Well.
So I had a couple good quality bikes.
Yeah.
I raced BMX bikes at the age of 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
So I had to know how to keep my own bikes riding and rideable.
Right.
But then in 92, well, leading up to that, my father and I were into adventure sports. Adventure sports, bicycling, downhill skiing, whitewater rafting, climbing, caving.
You've been an outdoor guy all this time.
Yeah, and I got paid to do it. I got paid to have fun.
That's great.
Then I saw a advertisement in the paper in 92 to become a whitewater rafting guide.
Well,
they were offering 10 free trips down the river.
Wow.
Free wetsuit, free lunch, free transportation, whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
I called my dad up and hit him up and said, "Hey, Dad, you want to go do some big whitewater?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm always down for that."
Yeah.
And we went up and started the training, which started the first weekend in March. And 10 trips, so it was 10 days, 5 weekends, starting in March in West Virginia. Okay. So if you look at the weather patterns in February for March, or for West Virginia, it was a little chilly.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But after the 10 days of training, my father and I both graduated as guides.
Yeah.
And in the paperwork that we filled out the first couple of days, they were also looking for people to work in the base because they were also not necessarily a mountain bike mecca at the time, but they had a rails to trail system that they had built.
Wow.
They didn't build them. Ohio State Park and the state of Pennsylvania built 105 miles of trails.
Wow.
That ran from the Maryland-Pennsylvania state line, and it ran all the way to Pittsburgh.
Was that for cyclists or bikers?
For cyclists, walkers.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much anything non-motorized.
I got you.
And it was on an old rail bed, so it's a rails and trails. So being on a rail bed, there's really no hills. Yeah. So it was a place for beginners, families, groups, even those that want to train for the longer distance places to ride. That was a place to ride.
Wow.
Then at one point, they were looking for that mechanic. So I put in the paperwork trying to become a mechanic.
Wow.
I worked for one summer for them. They liked what I did, and they sent me to bicycle school. In Philadelphia at the time was one of the East Coast's mountain biking schools. I went for 6 months and learned how to work on bikes, how to run a small business, and I graduated and came back and run their bike shop.
Great.
When mountain biking was just really in its infancy.
So that's kind of how you got started this industry stuff here in episode 1. We kind of give you some background about Onus.
Yep.
We're going to come back here in our second portion. We're going to talk a little bit more about how Hanekamp Manor Bikes and Books come about. So you stay tuned with us as we continue on.